teacher. Today I will present about Diary of Wicked Roderick Rule by Jeff Kennedy. Jeff Kennedy made this book to Julie, Will, and Grant. September Monday. Wait a minute. Remember, all the book is place invented or people I invented of the imagination of the creator, Jeff Kennedy. So let's go. September Monday. I guess mom was pretty proud of herself for making me write that journal or diary. If you don't know, last year because now she went and bought me another one. But remember how I say that if some jerk caught me crying a book but with diary on the cover, they were gonna get the wrong idea. Well, that exactly that happened today. My brother Roderick said me sassy and punched me. Now that Roderick now knows I have another diary or journal, I better remember to keep this one locked up. Rodri actually got a half of my last journal or diary a few weeks back. And it was a disaster, but don't ever get me started on that story. Even without my Rodri problems, my summer was pretty lousy. Our family didn't go anywhere or do anything fun, and that's fault that made me join the swim team again. And he wanted to make sure I didn't miss any meets this year. Because all the people of all the mom and dad of the swimming people say, "Kill and random, no mercy, Dot." But my dad say, "Stop simmering, Greg." That's got this idea that I'm destined to be a great swimming champion or something else. So that's why he made me join the team every summer. After my first we met a couple of years ago, Dad told me that when the umpire shot off the starter pistol, I was supposed to dive in and start swimming. But what he didn't tell me was that the starter gun only fired blanks. So I was a whole lot more worried about where the bullet was gonna land than I was about getting myself to the other end of the pool. Even after that explained the whole starter pistol concept me to me. I was still the worst swimming on the team, but I did end up winning most improved and at the awards banquet at the end of the summer. That's only because there was a 10 minutes difference between my first race and my last one. So I guess that's still waiting for me to live up my potential in a lot of ways. Being on the swimming team was worse than being in middle school. First of all, we had to be at the pool by 7:30 every morning, and the water was always freezing cold. And second of all, we were all crammed into two lanes, so I always had somebody on my tail trying to get around me. The reason we had to use two lanes was because swimming practice was at the same time of Water Jack's class. I actually tried to convince Nat to let me do or join water jacks instead of swim team. But he wouldn't go for me. This was the first time the coach let us boys wear swimming trunks instead to those skipping racing roads. But mom say Roderick had me down bathing suit was perfectly fine. When I finally final the race, all the friends are proud of my short or swimming short. But I remember mom said your friend will be jealous because you'll be so fast. After swim practice, Robbie would pick me up in his band's wagon. Mom had this crazy idea that if me and spend quality time on the ride home every day, he wouldn't find as much, but all it did was make things a lot worse. Roderick was always a half hour late pick me up, and he wouldn't let me sit up front. He said the child would raise his seat. He thought the man is something like 15 years old, and he always said me, get in the back. Oh, wait a minute. Roderick man doesn't actually have any seats in the back, so I had to squish it in the wheel all the band equipment, and every time the band came to stop, I had to pray I didn't get my head taken off by one of Roderick's rooms. I ended up walking home every day instead of getting right from Roderick. I figured it was better just walk 2 miles than to get brain damage riding in the back of that van. Halfway through the summer, I decided I was pretty much done with swimming team, so I came up with a trick to get out of practice. I swim a few laps and then I asked the coach if 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 I could use the bathroom. Then I just out the locker in the room until practice was over. The only problem with the plan was that something like 40 degrees in the boys' bathroom, so it was even colder in there than it was in the pool. I had to wrap myself up in the toilet paper so I didn't get hypothermia. That's how I spent a pretty big chunk of my summer vacation, and that's why I actually looking forward to going back to school tomorrow. Today, when I go to the school today, everybody was acting all strange around me. And at first I didn't know what's up. Then I remember I still have the cheese touch from the last year. I got the cheese touch in the last week of the school, and over the summer I completely forgot about it. The problem with the cheese touch is you give to until you can pass into someone else, but nobody would even get within 30 feet of me. So I knew I was gonna be stuck with the cheese touch for the whole school year. Luckily, there was a new kid named Jeremy Pindley in homeroom, so that looked care of that problem. So I go and say, "Welcome to our school," to give Jeremy the cheese malediction or cheese touch. My first class was pre-algebra, and the teacher put me right next to Alex Ardura, the smarter kid in the whole class. Alex is super easy to copy of because he always finishes his test early and puts his paper down on the floor next to him. So if I never get in a pinch, it's nice to know I can count on Alex to bail me out. Kids whose last name started with the first letter of the alphabet get called on the most by the teacher, and that's why they end up to be smarter. Some people think that's not true, but if you want to come down to my school, I can provide it. The difference about example, Alex Ardura, the smarter student, and Christopher Silge, the last of the class. I can only think of one kid who broke the last name rule, and that Peter was the smartest kid in the class, and all the way up until the fifth grade. Then that's when bunch of started giving him a hard time about his initial sounded when you say to all lows. When he say, "Teacher, the answer of that question to that question is," the old people is say, P-U. Yes, P-U. These days, Peter doesn't raise his hand at all, and he pretty much a C student. I guess I feel a little bad about the word PU, but see, and what happened to Peter, but it's hard to make credit whenever it come up. I started that. Anyway, today I got pretty decent seat in all my classes, 7 period history. My teacher is Mr. Ho, and something tells me he had Roderick as a student a few years back. So today, when I entered the class, he said, "Mr. Healthy, you'll be sitting in this chair next to my desk." Wednesday, Mom has been making me and Roderick help out more around the house. And now the two of us are responsible for doing the dishes every night. The rule is that we are not allowed to watch any TV or play video games until all the dishes are done. But let me just say that Roderick is the worst dishes pattern in the world. As soon as dinner is over, he go upstairs to the bathroom and camp out there for an hour, and by the time come back downstairs, I'm already done. And he said, "I'm ready to start." But if I ever explain to Mom and Dad, Roderick always pulled the same lame excuse. My body is on a schedule. I think Mom and Dad is too worried about my little brother Manny to get involved in a fight between me and Roderick right away. Yesterday, Manny drew a picture and they killed a Mom and Dad. Got very upset when they found it in his backpack. So this is the video of today. We complete part 2 tomorrow. Bye. Part 2. Hi teacher. Today is 24th of January. The last video is 20th of January, so let's go today another change to the part 2. Let's continue. Mom and Dad thought the picture was supposed to be of them, so now they are acting all lovely in front of Nami. And Nami is asserting, and Mom and Dad say, I love you so much, and I love you so much. And you who is what really supposed to be in the picture is me and Roderick.